Hey guys, I'm back and I'm here to answer your questions.
So you just sent it.
Hey, how you guys doing? I'll wait a couple seconds for people to log on, but you can call me. The number's right on the screen, and you can ask me any questions within reason. Just not that one question. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, Dr.
Hi.
Berg.
Sorry. Nice to meet you. So my question is, I'm suffering with from low potassium,
Oh,
and I've been eating the recommended 4,700 milligrams daily.
uh-huh.
But I noticed that it's like I did it religiously for a week, but then I went off for like 2 or 3 days, and then my nervous system started to go kind of a little haywire.
Mm.
And I just wanted to know, how long do I have to keep counting how much potassium I'm eating until I can feel normal again? Because I never used to have to count my potassium.
Oh, really? Do you, by chance, are you taking in a supplement or are you taking it from food?
Just food. Just,
Oh, okay.
the foods that you've recommended on your videos.
Okay, good.
And, yeah, stuff that I've searched online.
To restore the potassium levels, it could take between 3 to 4 months. Yeah, a lot.
Really?
Yeah, a lot longer than people anticipate, because your system, like even with vitamin D, the same thing. It takes 3 to 4 months to satisfy the body because it has to be saturated in all the cells, and it doesn't really necessarily go in that fast. So if you're low on potassium, and we're talking about like inside the cells, which a lot of people are, it could take several months to really get it back to normal. So that's probably what you're running into.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, guys. Any questions? Give me a call. And let's see. Someone want to know tips for nutrients to increase. Okay, I'm gonna delete that one. Let's see. What are the benefits of? Let's see. Berberine. Well, that's good for insulin resistance. All right. Someone asked about heavy periods. What do you do for that? The best thing for that is a product called from Standard Process called Utrophin PMG. Utrophin PMG. All right. Let's see here. What foods help against post-traumatic stress syndrome? I think that's what you asked. The best foods would be foods high in B vitamins, like sunflower seeds, nutritional yeast, foods high in vitamin D, like the fish oils are good. The foods that support your mood, which is, a lot. It's pretty much not just one nutrient. It's like you're gonna have to have minerals, potassium, magnesium, which is in all leafy greens. That should help you. All right. Let's see here. Since starting IF, I can't sleep. Actually, I take a prescription medicine, but nothing's working. I don't drink caffeine. What happens when you start doing intermittent fasting? You may find that your chemistry is changing, and you are getting some. You can have high levels of uric acid that could occur, but also the big thing is that you're running more on ketones, and that's going to give you more energy. So I would kind of beef up on more calcium, minerals, and magnesium. Hello, hi, Dr. Berg here.
Hello.
Hi, what was your question?
My question is, my mom, My mom.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, you've kind of popped off there. All right, good. So someone had a question dealing with autoimmune hepatitis and ulcerative colitis. The best thing for ulcerative colitis would be zinc, and then for autoimmune, it'd be vitamin D. That's going to support the part of the immune system that it's keeping you inflamed. Hello.
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Great.
Yeah, I was calling about my mom. She's been having mucus on her throat for the last 3 weeks now. So I don't know what's your advice about that.
Okay, so here's the thing. Whether you have a cough, a fever, mucus, your body's going through an immune reaction. And it's something that is, I always encourage people to let your body run its course. And sometimes it could take, a few weeks. Usually, it's usually going to be 10 days because as soon as you start adding things to it, especially certain things that suppress that immune reaction, the duration of
Yes.
the infection is actually a lot longer. But one of the things that's good for mucus in general, just to speed it up, would be to take a concentrated Spanish black radish that tends to pull mucus from the body. She can also eat radishes, but it's very, very good for eliminating mucus that is kind of congested in your lymphatic system as well as in your liver and in the throat. So
Radish.
have her do more radishes and see if that helps.
Is that a vegetable?
Yes, that is. But she can get into the supplement, a concentrated radish supplement as well. But I just recommend just eating the vegetables.
Okay, radish. All right. Thank you so much, doctor.
You're welcome. All right, guys, let's see here. What kind of questions do we have today? Here. Hello, Dr. Berg here.
Dr. Berg.
Hi.
Just been watching your videos for a while. Is it live, first of all?
This is live. You are on live. That's right.
Hello?
Hello. Yes, you're live.
Yes, is it live, Dr. Berg?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Okay, my quick question for you, Dr. Berg, is watching your videos. First of all, a very big thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Really educating.
Mm-hmm.
Just was watching actually a video on potassium right now. I started keto about a year ago. I went from 207 pounds down to 182 pounds over the course of a few months. Then kind of fell off the wagon, added on some pounds again. Just trying to do extended fast now. I'm on a 36-hour right now. Just wondering what kind of supplements or rather minerals I should take while I'm fasting.
Yeah, that's a good question because I really do agree that people should kind of supplement with minerals, general minerals, trace minerals, and B vitamins. Those are the ones that you would need. Now, I would also make sure you're taking a little bit of sea salt each day, just because you don't know what you're missing.
Yeah.
I mean, so anytime you do a prolonged fasting, and then trace mineral blend. That's what I would recommend. Does that answer?
I lost you there for a bit.
Oh, okay.
No, great. Again, thank you so much. Your video is really informative. They're really educating, and yeah, you've been a big factor in me going for keto.
Awesome.
You, Dr. Jason Fung, you guys are great.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for calling.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Let's see here. Hi, Dr. Berg here. Can I answer any questions?
Yes, I'm Toby from Pennsylvania, and I've been doing keto for a little over a year, about 13 months. Doing great, lost about 60 pounds.
Great.
And I have a little bathroom problems. That's no problem. I'm doing mostly keto, but a little bit of carnivore. The problem I'm having is my wife complains about, even though I'm normally in ketosis, I'm fasting, at least 20 hours a day, OMAD.
Really good. That's really good.
But
So question.
I've been looking at a lot of nothing else.
All right. Somehow you can't.
Yeah, okay, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been on
Okay.
a stall.
I got it. Yeah. Okay. So
But
here.
but when I was doing keto, I was still having the wake up in the morning and first thing I do is brush my teeth and stuff like that. But still, I notice it comes back after
Yeah.
a few hours.
I'm 27 years old. I'm really skinny, but so I've been on keto for about a month now. I've never lost my belly fat. I'm really skinny. My weight is 66 kgs, or you can say 145 pounds. But I still have love handles and belly fat. Should I keep on vitamin D, and I just ordered like zinc supplements as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my grandma, she has like cough since for 2 days now, but she hasn't like been tested yet, so we don't know. But she has cough only.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
is there anything we can do to like make it better? She's around like 60 to 65.
Yeah. There's three things. You're taking the nutrition. That's great. I would add a good vitamin C, like a food-based vitamin C, about 200 milligrams.
Yeah, I'm giving them like oranges, strawberries, all like the fresh fruits and everything as well.
I would go with more of the vegetables, simply because you want to keep your carbs down. One of the big risk factors for this virus is things that are related to metabolic syndrome, and that would be something related to carbs and sugar. So if you were to put her on keto and intermittent fasting with the zinc, I think that's going to help her cough. There's a couple other things you can do, but realize that if her immune system is fighting something off and she's coughing, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Just let it run its course. Don't try to, do other than, good bed rest and stay warm and things like that. But I think that the key is, well, let me just give you back up. The most important thing is to do whatever you can to reduce stress, because we want to keep cortisol down. Cortisol makes your immune system basically paralyzed. Number two, cut the carbs down and do intermittent fasting. Fasting will speed up the immune system to overcome this thing. And then, of course, the last thing is to get your carbs down and the frequency of meals. I think all those together is going to be the most powerful thing.
And how long should she does fasting? Should be like 12 hours, or it can be longer?
I would work up to 18-hour fasts.
Okay, all right. Can they take supplements while fasting or no?
Yes, they can, and they should. Zinc, vitamin C, vitamin D, B vitamins, trace minerals. Yes, definitely take those for sure.
Okay, all right. And is there anything else we can do instead of supplements? Cutting carbs, fasting. That's probably all, right?
Well, it's three things: stress reduction, take your nutrients, and do keto and intermittent fasting. Those things I think are going to be the best bet for you. Yeah, because that's going to strengthen the immune system. Realize the virus is not going to kill anything. The virus has never killed anyone. It's the immune system, because the immune system was weak, and the person then got what's called a cytokine storm, and your own immune system attacks the tissues and creates the destruction. So it's really about keeping that immune system working. And the three things, the most important things, are handling the stress. Like, isolate where the stress is coming from and coping with that as best as you can. Get your diet squared away, but then enhance with nutrients, because that will then keep the immune system going. Okay?
Yeah, it's the same thing with the stress you said. Like we're not like letting my uncle and aunt, they're positive too. Like we're not letting anybody do anything. So I'm like making food and stuff for everybody and just giving it to them.
Yeah. Yeah, there's quite a few people. I mean, there's way more people who got this infection than were previously thought that got it, and so there's in basically it's like 85% in certain studies. No, not even 85%, 85 times the amount of people who actually got the infection than were thought to get it previously, which means that brings the mortality rate way down to like a 0.3 and sometimes to a 0.2 or even a 0.1. So it's a very severe influenza type situation. So realize that the great majority of people are getting it and they're getting it, becoming immune to it. And if you get it, the real chances of someone dying is like um, very small, but the chance of living are like 99.8% chance. So that's what you need to
Yeah,
focus on.
like her cough has gotten better from last 2 days. Like the
Oh,
first
good.
day she had like really bad cough. Like now, like today she has like very less compared to like Monday.
Oh,
But
good.
at night, like it sometimes like at night for like like for an hour or like an hour she gets like some like strong cough. Then once a doctor gave us like an inhaler to take like when it gets like too serious, then just take like for a couple of minutes and then like just try to sleep it off, I guess.
I'm going to give you a secret. Okay. Are you sitting down?
Yeah.
Okay. There is a study called related to, it's called forest bathing. Okay. Forest bathing. And where you're walking through the woods and you're getting exposure to certain oils that are coming off the trees. And so if you look online, you can get one of those. They're kind of like what do you call those? They're kind of like they give off a little mist, and you can put essential oils in them, and you can actually put them in your room.
Like a steam, right?
Yeah, yeah. And what you could do
Yeah,
is you.
that's what we've been saying. Yeah, we couldn't find it because like everything like that we can get delivered is after like 2-3 weeks. So what I did was I grabbed like a big jug, boiled like a water to like really hot, and just
Great.
give it to her and tell her to take like deep breaths over it on the steam that it puts up.
Great. The if you get into a forest that has pine trees, it actually will beef up her T killer cells that will actually help the immune system. So yeah, so try that, and that should help you.
What is it called again?
Well, it's if you look under forest bathing, my video, you'll get some more data on what to do. But you want to walk through the forest. You want to get out in nature and actually start breathing in the some of the essential oils that are coming off the trees for your immune system. It's actually
Okay.
quite effective. All right. Well, thanks for
Yeah.
calling. Hello, Dr. Berg here. How are you?
Hello?
Hello. Hi, Dr. Berg here.
Hi, Dr. Berg. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks.
Oh my God, I can't believe I got hold of you. Anyway, my point is a couple months ago, I have it's with my gallbladder,
Mm-hmm.
and they found out I got gallstones.
Okay.
And the problem is too is when after I eat, my stomach gets real hot.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, is there anything I could do to get rid of gallstones, or?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what I would recommend, but I will say, I have to say this, anything that I say is, check with your doctor before taking any recommendations. But gallstones, and you can watch my videos on this, but gallstones are really cholesterol stones, not because you're consuming too much cholesterol, but because you don't have enough bile. It's a lack of bile salts that cause the concentration to occur. So I would start taking bile salts immediately. And this, what you can do is you take them after your meal. You can also, implement keto, do a lot of vegetables, and just allow your body to have this bile salts go through it. and to help to dissolve whatever you have in there. So usually what happens though is high carbohydrate diets usually cause gallstones, but there's another way you'd get it too. If you're on a low fat diet, you're at risk for getting
See,
gallstones.
That's what he mentioned. He says you have to take a low carb, and I'm thinking, I don't know about that. I'm thinking to myself, you know.
Yeah, because
So,
carbohydrates make it worse.
yeah, I'm just worried that I'm gonna have to get my gallstones out with my gallbladder. That's what I'm saying, and I don't want that.
Exactly. Try to salvage it, but there is one thing. There is a surgery, a very safe surgery that you can just have the gallstones removed, but keep your gallbladder. If that's an option, I would look into that. If you need to do that, because you need your gallbladder because that concentrates the bile.
Okay. I do appreciate your time,
You're welcome.
and I've been watching you for 2 years.
Wow, that's awesome.
And I've been on keto for 4 years and intermittent fasting 2 years.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for calling. Hey, hi, this is Dr. Berg.
Yes, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Yeah, my name is Ryan, and I'm needing some advice. Purchased some of your products. I like your electrolyte powder. It is awesome.
Oh,
awesome
thanks.
stuff.
Yeah, it's great.
So the short story, about 45 days ago, I found out I was type 2 diabetic. I actually bought a meter, did some tests, and it was pretty obvious when your blood sugar is about 400, right?
Yeah.
So it scared me to act on it pretty quick. Now, obesity and stuff that goes along with that. So I didn't want to have to take medicine. My doctor said, "Well, I'll give you one shot." He let me do whatever diet I wanted to do to try it. And so I went keto, and of course I found your channel, and it's been a godsend. However, one thing I'm finding, even though I can get my blood sugars normal now, like 90 to 100, 110, I'm waking up with this DOM phenomenon. It could be as high as 140 or 50, and this has been consistent over about a 2-week period. And even though I'm trying to do restricted time eating, primarily just one big meal a day, do you think it would be beneficial to have a little protein earlier in the day to stimulate a response?
No, because the dawn phenomena is coming from a different source. It's not coming from the sugar that you're eating. Your liver is making more sugar because it doesn't have the insulin to suppress it. But you're probably thinking, well, we don't want insulin, right? We don't want. Well, what happens? You still have insulin resistance, and that kind of makes the insulin not work that well. So I will say this: over time, it's going to keep getting better and better and better. But if your blood sugars are normal at let's say 80, what that means is out of all your blood, you have like 1 level teaspoon of sugar in your whole body. So if your blood sugars are 140, you probably have an extra half a teaspoon of sugar, which is actually not that big of a deal, because it's not coming from the diet. It's coming from your own body. So the best way that I recommend to deal with this in the transition of getting your liver working better is to go for a long walk in the morning, and that will just burn it right off, and it'll come right down to where you need to be.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense. I do like the one time a day eating because it makes life a little more simple for me because I'm a pretty busy person to boot. So
yeah, that's
just worrying about it when I get home in the evening, and then I'm done with it, and don't worry about it to the next day. And I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hungry by the time I eat, but I'm not hungry until then. And it's just been a godsend. But I don't know. Those morning numbers did kind of spook me out. So I just thought you don't think I need anything in the morning to combat that as long as things continue to improve?
Right, because your liver it's called glyconeogenesis. Your liver is making more glucose simply because you still have insulin resistance, and that just takes a while to adjust. There's all sorts of things you can kind of tweak, but I think the easiest thing is to go for a walk, burn off the sugar, and then you're good. Just walk in the morning.
All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, bye-bye. Hello. Hi, Dr. Berg here.
Oh, hi. Hi, I'm calling from Sweden. I really would love to know from you because I have a problem that I'm not able to keep that much weight on, but I do still have 2 autoimmune diseases. I have ulcerative colitis and autoimmune hepatitis. So I want to eat in an anti-inflammatory fashion. But if I go on like a low carb diet, I find that I lose too much weight.
Yeah.
So
right.
how can I do that? How can I combine those 2 wishes?
You know, you're kind of stuck between a little bit of a rock and a hard place, but I think you can do this. Are you doing 1 meal or 2 meal right now?
Oh, 3 meals. Yeah.
Okay. So I think
I'm not doing a low carb right now because
not?
I get too skinny. I'm
So-
very slim.
So I have the same problem. So what I do is I do 2 meals, and I'll do my first meal at about 3 o'clock, but you can probably do yours at 12. And then you do the second meal 3 hours later. So you have this nice long fasting to really address your autoimmune condition. And then you also have 2 meals and keep them fairly large with a little more fat to keep you from from losing too much weight. You can also, in the middle of that, maybe add some MCT oil, and this way you won't lose any more weight, but you'll get the benefits of the ketones and the fasting. And then I would also add a lot more vitamin D, because vitamin D really helps put autoimmune conditions in remission. And I would take no less than 40,000 IUs of vitamin D3 every single day.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That much?
Yeah. And I'm going to release a video about that. And the only danger of vitamin D is kidney stones. If you were to take like 100 to 200,000 IUs for months to years, so it's 40,000 is basically nothing. But I do have a question for you though.
Yeah.
How is it going in Sweden right now? Because I'm really, I've been studying that. I'm actually amazed to how you guys did not have the severity of the lockdown. What's it really like over there?
Yeah. It's different from everyone. I mean, for older people and where they live in old people's homes, it's very, very difficult situation, of course.
Yeah.
But for people who are not that affected by the virus, we're basically on, a lockdown that we can control ourselves. So we're not supposed to gather in public and do things like that, but we do have restrictions, but we're not. We're still able to go outside. It's like a semi-lockdown, I would say.
Oh, okay.
So I guess only time will tell if it's a good thing or not. But I don't know.
I'll be
but
watching.
Do you still recommend? Yeah, definitely. Do you still recommend doing keto for autoimmune diseases, even though it's hard to keep on weight?
Especially because that's going to bring inflammation down. The problem with autoimmune conditions is the inflammation, and it creates collateral damage and free radical damage. So the more you bring the carbs down, the less oxidation. I would have large amounts of vegetables. But yeah, low carb is the best thing for autoimmune for sure. And definitely take zinc with that vitamin D.
Okay.
Yep.
And I've been having some heart palpitations when I take zinc. Is that related at all, you think?
I think you probably need to take it in a blend of a bunch of other minerals, because the heart palpitations normally come from either potassium or magnesium deficiency. So when you take one mineral for a period of time without the other ones, it can throw an imbalance. But if you take a blend of electrolyte powder with the magnesium and the potassium, that usually is great for heart palpitations for sure.
Okay. So a combination of intermittent fasting and keto is really good for inflammation.
That's the best thing. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, I'll try to implement your advice. Thank you so much,
Okay,
Dr.
you're
Berg.
welcome. Sure. Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Hello, Dr. Berg here.
Hi, Dr. Berg. How are you today?
Very good, thanks.
So I got a quick question. I have some nerve issues, and I wanted to see how does keto affect the nervous system in general?
Well, it basically is very important because think about what the opposite is. It's the higher amount of carbs or blood sugar in your body that targets four tissues. One is the eye, one is the heart, one is the kidney, and then the last one is the nervous system, because what it does is it affects the tiny little capillaries that feed the nervous system. So one of the big symptoms um, of problems with blood sugar or prediabetes or insulin resistance is called
Hmm.
peripheral neuropathy. And it can affect the autonomic nervous system, the peripheral nervous system, as well as the central nervous system. So, so if someone were wanting to support that, they would want to go on a low carb, but also if they have nerve problems, to take vitamin B1, preferably in a fat soluble called benfotiamine, which is one of the best B vitamins for the nervous system.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And what real quick this is a real quick question. So I have a various amount of your products, and every morning I would take your electrolyte and your wheatgrass together. Is that a good idea?
Yeah, I do that. That's a really good idea.
And is it fine? It doesn't mess with the fast if I take them both together right in the
No,
morning?
not at all. That's what I do.
All right. All right. Cool. Cool. You're awesome. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you. Guys, I really appreciate all of your attention. I will talk to you tomorrow. I know there's a lot of other calls. I just wanted to touch base and answer some questions. So stay tuned for some more interesting